What's up, nerds and nerdettes and all you wee little nerdlings out there? Your buddy Big Johnny G from Two-Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming is back! Alright, so what I'm going to do today is I have a game to show off to you, a game that I got to review, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to play, and that game is Crazier Eights Camelot. As the name implies, Crazier Eights, it is a take on Crazy Eight. So if you're familiar with Crazy Eights or Uno, trust me, you're going to be very familiar with how this game plays. So this game comes with, I might as well make this a little bit of an unboxing too, since it's just a card game. So you're going to get this front and back-sided rules. So very simple, very easy to go through, right? Not a lot for you to worry about. And then again, like I said, it is based on Crazy Eights. So how bad can it get? So this game is by James Gray and Reconculus. I believe that's how you pronounce that word, Reconculus. All right, now this game is going to be hitting Kickstarter. So what I'm showing you is, as far as I understand, not quite the final version of the game, but if it's not, I don't see how much better this production value can get, to tell you the truth. So this game comes with 52 cards, just like a standard deck of playing cards. Yeah, 52, there you see, all empty now. And along with that, you are also going to get this very handy-dandy rule summary. Thank you, James. I love it when any company does this because it helps the players out immensely, especially when they're first starting to learn how to play the game. So thank you. So I guess it comes with 53 cards if you count this. So this game, as I said, plays like Crazy Eights because you're going to have different colors on the cards and different suits. Again, see that? Different colors, different suits. Now this game is King Arthur, as you can tell, is a King Arthur Camelot take on the game. So what does that mean? Well, it means that it plays exactly like the Crazy Eight game that you grew up with. You played Crazy Eights, you played Uno. It's a very popular family game. A lot of families play it, and they have for a very long time. This is a nerd version of it, that's for sure. So you're going to be shuffling up the cards. You're probably going to shuffle them a lot better than I'm doing right now for this quick little how-to play of Crazier Eights Camelot. So you're gonna shuffle up all the cards, and let me double check. I think the number is 5, but let me just double check that. 7. I'm glad I double checked it. So 7 cards. So each player is going to get 7 cards. All right, you're going to deal those out. 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7 cards. Each player is going to get 7 cards. Now for the deck, you're going to put the deck down, and whatever's left here on the top of the deck, you are going to turn over because that is going to start the drawer pile. So just like Crazy Eights, you're going to want to get rid of all the cards in your hand. And the way you do that is by discarding them. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to discard either the same number or the same set. Each set has the same color. So for this case, all the Ankhs have the same color. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a card into your hand. First thing you always do, you draw a card into your hand. And then the next thing you can do, you can either discard a card, or you can play a card, or you can do both. So like, let's say here, looking at my hand, I wanted to discard this 2 Ankh. I could do that. And then I could play a card. See, now that's where it gets different from the standard game of Uno, Crazy Eights, is because the cards come in 2 types. They have event cards and they have asset cards. Now, if you want to play an event card, then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the instructions on the bottom. Got that? Is that focus nice? Cool. So like for this case, it says you may discard 2 additional cards this turn. So if I wanted to do that, this card goes on the bottom of the pile, and then I will get a chance to discard 2 more cards as long as they match number or suit. And I have 2 right here. I got the Elven Prince, and I have Worldly Vision. So when I first play, I'm already down to 4 cards, because I was showing you off this asset. Now, but that's the other thing, the assets. Let's take a quick look at them, because these you don't discard at all. Assets stay in your play area. So if instead of discarding that, I decided to play my asset of the lighthouse, at the beginning of your turn, look at the top card of the drawer pile. you may put that card on top of the discard pile. So now on my turn, for the rest of the game, unless someone plays another card that destroys this, and when a card gets destroyed, it goes on the bottom of the pile, the discard pile. This will be in play, and I can use this ability on my turn as long as I have this asset out. Now, assets, cards that are in play, do not count against your cards in hand. So I still at this point have 3, well 4, 5, 6 if I didn't play the other one, but you understand. So at the moment right now, I would still have 3 cards considered in hand, and I'd have to get rid of all 3 of these and to win the game. This does not count against that. So at the beginning of every one of my turns, I could look at the top card here, which is Eureka, which is an Eye of Horus, an ace card, and I may put that card on top of the discard pile. So in a sense, what the Lighthouse is doing is it's going to be changing what the next player is able to discard. And you're going to do this. You're going to play assets. You're going to play certain events. And like I said, remember when I said you play an event, it's going to get discarded to the bottom because it's not affecting the top. It's not affecting how you're going to be discarding cards for the rest of the turn. And you're going to be doing this until you have no cards left in your hand. And the person that does that is the winner. Exactly like Crazy Eights, exactly like Uno, follows the same standard rules except for these bonus abilities, I guess you could call them, that each of the cards possess, and they allow you to use their abilities. And that's the game. That's the game. However, I did want to point out something, that the game does have some variations on it that you can do that I was just looking at here. You can play teams. Teams is something you can play. Now, if you end up playing a teams game of this, then you and your teammate are both going to go at the same time. So on Team 1 turn and Team 2 turn, Team 1 will... both players will draw their card to add to their hand, and then each of those players will then determine which cards they want to discard, they want to use for assets or events. Another variation of the game that it was talking about was a point system game. Now, I understand why the point system game is in there, because I've been playing this game for over a year now, and one thing I've learned is that some of these games can really, because of the assets that come in play, I've had games of this end in under 15 minutes. So it can be played very fast. In fact, I think one game ended in under 10. I think it was about 8 minutes, actually. And other games I've had that have gone on for closer to 20, 30 minutes. So you can play a point system. So each person or each team, at the end, they will score a point. And you have already determined beforehand how many points you want to play to. So if it's a 5-point game, then you know you're going to be playing through 5 rounds, and whoever wins the majority of those games, then that team or individual is the overall winner. So this, and I got to say, this game, I think this game plays well. It does. As I said, sometimes it plays faster, sometimes it plays slower. So I can't really tell you exactly how long the game plays, but it does. I have not had a game play for more than 30 minutes. I know that much for sure. So this game is good for 2 to 4 players. You can get a second deck, and you can play up to 8 players. But that's how the game is played. So I'm your buddy Big Johnny G. Crazier Eights Camelot by James Gray and Reconculus. This is going to be on Kickstarter really soon. It's already May. We're into the month of May already, and I believe it's going to be dropping mid to late May, so keep your eye on Kickstarter and watch out for this game. All right, I'm Big Johnny G. As always, I'm your buddy, and I am out of here.